Year 2300. Earth was a peaceful planet, living in harmony with many other worlds in the vast Galactic Council. For centuries, Earth had been a loyal member, sharing resources, knowledge, and culture with the many planets in the Council. The Galactic Council was like a big family, where every planet had a place and a voice. Captain Zara stood on the bridge of the Starhawk, Earth's most advanced spaceship. Her eyes were fixed on the large holographic screen, showing the Galactic Council's headquarters far away in space. For years, Zara had believed in the Council and its promise of peace and cooperation. But today, everything was changing. Suddenly, an urgent message arrived. The Galactic Council had passed a secret decision. Earth was being punished. Harsh sanctions were placed on the planet, and many of Earth's vital resources were being taken away without warning. Zara's heart sank. She called her crew to the bridge. "This is a betrayal," she said, her voice firm. "The Council has turned against us. We have been punished unfairly and robbed of what is ours." Her second-in-command, Commander Lee, looked troubled. "Why would they do this? Earth has always followed the rules." Zara shook her head. "I don't know yet, but we cannot wait for answers. We must act." Earth was losing its power. Sanctions meant no more fuel, no more supplies from other planets. The economy was crashing. People were afraid. The Galactic Council was strong, and Earth was becoming weak. In the middle of the chaos, Zara gathered her closest team in a secret room inside the space station orbiting Earth. "We have only 72 hours to come up with a plan," she said. "The Council expects us to bow down, but we will not." Her team was small, but determined. Scientists, soldiers, strategists, they all understood the stakes. Lena, the communications expert, spoke up. "We need allies inside the Council. We cannot fight this alone." Raj, the weapons officer, nodded. "And we must prepare Earth's defenses. The Council may try to take more by force." Zara smiled with pride. "Good. This is the spirit we need." Meanwhile, in the shadows of the Galactic Council, some members were unhappy with the sanctions on Earth. They believed Earth was being punished unfairly and secretly began to send messages to Zara's team. Back on Earth, protests were rising. People demanded answers from their leaders, but the truth was hidden. Only a few knew about the betrayal. Zara worked day and night, studying the Council's moves and preparing for what was next. While reviewing intercepted communications, Lena found something shocking. "There is a secret meeting scheduled soon," she said. "The Council will discuss further actions against Earth." Zara's eyes narrowed. "Then we must act before that meeting happens." Time was running out. The Galactic Council was powerful, but Earth was strong too. Humans had survived wars, disasters, and challenges for thousands of years. They would not give up their freedom without a fight. Zara looked out at the stars. "We will take back what is ours. We'll show the Galactic Council the true spirit of Earth." Her team nodded, ready for the battle ahead. The cold silence of space, the first moves of the greatest struggle had begun. The fate of Earth and the future of humanity hung in the balance. The hidden. Laho's Captain Zara's team knew that fighting the entire Galactic Council alone was impossible. They needed help inside the Council itself. Allies who believed Earth had been treated unfairly and were willing to risk everything to support their cause. The Starhawk moved silently through the dark corridors of space, approaching a secret meeting place far from prying eyes. Zara and her closest officers prepared to make contact with these hidden allies. Inside a dimly lit room on a distant space station, Zara met with representatives from several planets who shared Earth's distrust of the Council's leadership. "We know the Council's true plans," one of the allies said quietly. "They want to weaken Earth to take control of its resources forever." Zara listened carefully. "Can we trust you? We have nothing to gain but justice," another replied. "But we must be careful. The Council has spies everywhere." Meanwhile, back on Earth, the Council's spies were growing suspicious. Strange events began to happen. Communications were intercepted, and secret meetings were nearly exposed. Zara's team worked fast to protect their secrets while learning everything they could about the Council's weapons and defenses. Lena focused on decoding transmissions. We discovered information about a powerful weapon. The Council controls a weapon that could destroy entire planets. Raj's eyes widened. If they use that against us, Earth won't survive. Zara's voice was steady but firm, and we must find that weapon first and stop them. The hidden allies provided maps and intelligence about the weapon's location. A heavily guarded base deep in the Council's territory. Zara's heart raced. This will be a dangerous mission, but it may change everything. The team prepared for their most risky operation yet. Every moment was filled with tension and danger. Back on Earth, people watched the stars, unaware of the secret battles unfolding beyond the sky. The fight for Earth's future had begun silent, dangerous, and full of hope. Captain Zara's crew was tense but determined. The intelligence from their hidden allies was clear. The Galactic Council's secret weapon was stored in a remote base on the edge of known space. If Earth's forces could destroy or capture it, they would gain a powerful advantage. The Starhawk and a fleet of smaller ships moved swiftly toward the target. The mission was risky. Council forces were strong and well-prepared. But the time to act was now. As they approached, the base alarms blared. Council defense ships scrambled to respond. "Battle stations," Zara shouted. "We strike fast and hard. No mistakes." The battle was fierce. Laser beams cut through the dark vacuum of space. Explosions lit up the stars as ships collided. Raj coordinated the weapon systems with skill and precision. Lena managed communications and scanned for weaknesses in the enemy's defenses. The Council's forces were surprised by Earth's bold attack. They had underestimated the human strength and resolve. In the chaos, Zara led a small team directly into the base. They moved quickly through narrow corridors, facing security drones and traps. Finally, they reached the weapons control room. "It's here," Zara whispered. "We must disable it before reinforcements arrive." Using her knowledge and quick thinking, Zara hacked into the weapons systems. The controls began to shut down. Suddenly, an alarm blared. More enemy troops were on their way. "Time to move," Zara commanded. "Get out now." The team escaped just as the base began to self-destruct. The Starhawk and its fleet retreated, victorious but wary of the coming retaliation. Back on Earth, news of the attack spread quickly. People cheered. For the first time in months, hope returned, but Captain Zara knew the war was far from over. The Galactic Council would not let this defeat go unanswered. She looked at the stars, preparing for the battles ahead. The Council's retaliation, the Galactic Council was furious. Earth's bold strike against their secret base had shaken them to the core. Council leaders gathered in their grand chamber, their faces cold and hard. "We cannot allow Earth to grow stronger," the Council's High Commander declared. "It must be crushed before they threaten us further." Orders were sent across the galaxy. Prepare for full-scale war against Earth. Back on the Starhawk, Captain Zara received the news. The calm before the storm was over. "Council forces are mobilizing," Raj said grimly. "They have ships arriving from every sector." Zara's jaw tightened. "We must prepare our defenses and strike strategically. We are outnumbered, but not outmatched." The Earth fleet worked day and night, repairing damage from previous battles and training for what was to come. Meanwhile, spies and scouts brought reports of Council movements. Massive warships loomed near Earth's borders. The battles began. Space was filled with blazing lasers and thunderous explosions. Earth's fleet fought fiercely, using every tactic they knew. Infiltration teams like Zara's carried out secret missions to sabotage Council supply lines. Trust was tested, and alliances were pushed to their limits. The people of Earth watched the stars with hope and fear. Every battle was a fight for survival, but also a fight for freedom. Captain Zara knew the greatest challenge was yet to come. The Council would not stop until Earth was broken or conquered. But Earth's spirit was strong, and its people united. The war for Earth's future had reached a deadly turning point. The war between Earth and the Galactic Council was fierce and unrelenting. Captain Zara and her team knew that to win, they needed more than just bravery. They needed a game changer. Reports came in of a secret council weapon, hidden deep inside their strongest fortress. This weapon had the power to destroy entire planets, and if the council unleashed it, Earth's defeat would be certain. Zara gathered her team. We have one chance. We must find this weapon and take it before they use it. The mission was dangerous. The fortress was protected by layers of defenses, force fields, security drones, and traps designed to kill anyone who tried to enter. Zara's team prepared carefully. Lena worked on hacking the fortress's security systems, while Raj and the soldiers trained for a swift assault. The Starhawk led the fleet toward the fortress, moving stealthily through enemy space. As they approached, alarms suddenly rang out. The council had detected their presence. "Battle stations," Zara ordered, "going fast and quiet." Fierce fighting broke out. Zara and her team slipped inside the fortress, moving quickly through dark corridors. Every step was a risk. Security drones patrolled the halls, and hidden traps waited for the careless. Finally, they reached the chamber where the weapon was kept, a massive machine glowing with dangerous energy. Zara looked at her team. "We have to disable it. No mistakes." With Lena's hacking skills and Raj's cover fire, they worked to shut down the weapon's power source. Suddenly, the fortress began to shake. The council was trying to activate the weapon remotely. "Faster!" Zara shouted. In the final moments, Lena succeeded. The weapon powered down, and the fortress went silent. The team quickly escaped as the fortress began to collapse. Back in space, the fleet cheered. The tide of the war was turning. Earth's hope grew stronger. Captain Zara knew the battle was not over, but for the first time, victory seemed possible. 6. The ultimate revenge. The battle for Earth had reached its climax. Captain Zara and her team had succeeded in disabling the Galactic Council's secret weapon. And now the balance of power was shifting. But the war was far from over. The Council was desperate and ruthless. They would not give up without a final, devastating fight. As the Starhawk returned to Earth's orbit, the crew prepared for the ultimate battle. Messages of hope and courage spread across the planet. People everywhere stood united, ready to defend their home and reclaim their freedom. Zara stood on the bridge, staring out at the stars. She remembered the betrayal that started all this, how the Council had punished Earth unfairly, taking their resources and trying to crush their spirit. Now it was time to take everything back. The Council fleet appeared on the horizon. Massive warships armed with powerful weapons and full of soldiers. They moved like a dark storm, ready to destroy everything in their path. "Prepare for battle," Zara ordered. "We fight for Earth's future." The space around Earth erupted in chaos. Laser beams cut through the void, explosions shook. The fleets and ships maneuvered with speed and skill. The Earth fleet fought bravely, pushing back the Council's forces at every turn. On the ground, Earth's people watched the skies. Families gathered in homes and shelters, listening to news reports and hoping for their hero's safe return. The fate of their world rested on the shoulders of brave men and women like Captain Zara. In the heat of battle, Zara's ship took heavy damage. Systems failed one by one. She never gave up, led her crew with fierce determination, inspiring them to fight harder. Amid the fighting, Zara received a secret transmission from their hidden allies inside the Council. They had located the Council's command ship, the heart of their power. If Zara's team could destroy it, the Council would lose control of their forces. "It's our only chance," Zara said. "We strike the command ship and end this war." The Starhawk and a small strike team broke away from the main fleet and raced toward the enemy command ship. The journey was dangerous. Enemy fighters swarmed around them, firing relentlessly. The strike team fought through the defenders, dodging lasers and blasts. Inside the command ship, Zara and her team planted explosives and disabled key systems. The ship began to fall apart from within. As the explosives detonated, a massive shockwave rippled through space. The Council fleet faltered, their ships losing coordination and retreating. The Earth fleet pressed their advantage, pushing the enemy back beyond the borders of the solar system. Victory was near, but the cost had been high. Many brave souls were lost. and the scars of war would remain. Back on Earth, celebrations erupted. People rejoiced at their hard-won freedom, honoring those who sacrificed everything. Captain Zara stood before a crowd, humbled but proud. "We fought not just for survival," she said, "but for the spirit of humanity, the unbreakable will to stand up against injustice and reclaim what is ours." The Galactic Council had been defeated, but the lessons remained clear. Power must never be taken lightly, and trust must be earned. Earth had pushed back against impossible odds and emerged stronger. The stars were once again open for humanity's journey, guided by courage, unity, and hope. The story of Earth's ultimate revenge was now legend and inspiration for generations to come.